Justin Jovanovski, Diploma Nutrition Non-Clinical Advisor, video-free, type 2 diabetic. Hey Sim, how you going? Yeah, good for yourself. How are you today? What can I help you with, mate?
I need some nutrition advice.
Oh yeah, no worries.
Yeah. I've been trying to do it myself, but it doesn't seem to be working.
That's alright, man. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
How's your diary, Dad?
Yeah, I've got a guy and everything. I'm a shift worker. I've been doing shift work for 28 years.
Oh yeah, it's pretty tough today.
And it really does havoc, it plays havoc on your body and
Definitely.
the digestive system and everything.
Yeah. 4 days on, 4 days off? Or?
Yeah.
2 days night shift, 2 days day shift.
Yep. A lot of time we do, a lot of overtime as well too, so we do pretty much 6 days straight at times.
Yeah, pretty tough. Yeah.
Yeah,
Plus, your mind is trying to exercise as well. Diet.
That's the hardest thing. You know, when you do 12 hours, you come home, you're totally stuffed.
Yeah,
Psychological.
can only imagine. Yeah, it'll be hard.
And it's a tough world to live in.
Yeah,
Different world.
definitely.
So nutrition advice, I just want to know what I'm doing wrong and what kind of to improve my health.
Yeah, no worries, that's why I'm here for. I'll provide advice. That's what I can do. That's what I'm qualified to do. I can't actually provide you with like a diet plan. I can't like actually script anything for you, but I can refer you to a appropriate dietitian qualified in nutrition as well. So yeah, but what I can do is supply you with the correct like advice, nutrition advice. Yeah.
So for a long-term plan, for a healthy lifestyle, and to lose weight, I want to keep it, maintain it, and make sure, you know, I stay at that level.
Of course. Yeah.
As a diabetic, I have to really maintain my sugar levels and my blood pressure also. So
It's type 2 diabetic. Yeah.
And that's the most important thing. You've got to sustain a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
Which we have to do on 12-hour shifts.
Oh, of course. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So it's just one of those things, you know, where you sort of forget about yourself and you worry about a lot of people out there. You worry about
Kids,
family, lifestyle, and also financial situation as well.
Yeah, especially everything going up now.
Yeah, well, the petrol prices for it.
Definitely.
You need to work one overtime to start the petrol.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Yeah.
Stupid, but it is what it is. And I am where I am, and this is where I am after 28 years.
You're going alright, I think.
I used to do a healthy subject a few years ago.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago. A few things have changed.
What's the diet like now? What are you consisting of?
You try and keep and maintain a healthy lifestyle, but there are times out there it's just you can't get access to healthy foods.
Yeah.
Like you're out there working 12-hour shifts at a night shift.
Yeah.
The only thing you got access to is coffee.
Yeah.
More coffee.
Yeah.
And more coffee.
And
then you get about 3 o'clock in the morning and everybody's eating and you've got no other choice. You're pretty much got set breaks when it comes to the lunchtime breaks. And there's no other alternative solution. And you get breaks at 2:30 in the morning, so you can imagine that.
Yeah, definitely. And plus cooking as well, like finding the right food, like the right food, the right diet. It's time consuming as well. We're looking for food. You've got no time really to make it as well. To study it. Takeaway food is probably the best alternative. It's like where you turn to or your alternative.
There are times out there when you actually do 12-hour shifts, you sleep, and you've got that time.
Eat
shopping or to eat properly.
So the next turn is like takeaway food, obviously.
Yes, and the thing is preparation, I suppose. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
If I can prepare and get that set, that healthy lifestyle for the whole 4 days,
definitely correct.
It'll do wonders, but it doesn't always necessarily seem to stick. It's a really tough decision to do.
Yeah, preparation and organisation, that's the main goal for diet really. For the correct lifestyle, it's all about preparation. You know, like look at to analyse the correct food, to analyse what you need. You know, the nutrition diet you need, like the food groups you need as well, the right macronutrients, the right micronutrients as well, vitamins, minerals. It's time consuming, it's tough as well, especially for a full-time worker, and especially a shift worker too, keep in mind. So I can understand where you're coming from, it's pretty tough there.
The calories seem to just add on, and it just adds on onto your body.
Yeah, definitely,
You see a lot of changes within my lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like
less exercise.
One approach to 20 years, exercise is very hard. Motivation is the hardest thing.
Yeah.
You get motivated, next thing you know, you get a phone call from still working.
Time to go to work.
And they want you to work overtime, so you've got to drop everything.
Yeah.
You know, whatever you're doing.
It's pretty hard, isn't it?
It's all about finances, really. It's financial. It's all about money. At the end of the day, you'd be walking in the middle of the street and they give you a call on your mobile phone and you want to go and work night shift or day shift.
You got to go,
Yeah, some tough decisions to make. Do I exercise or go to work?
Yeah.
Pay the bills.
Yeah, definitely.
It's one of those things where 28 years, it's pretty tough. And the older you get, somehow the metabolism seems to slow down even more.
Yeah.
And you can have a glass of water or a cup of coffee and the whole thing will go on. It's like terrible.
Yeah. Have you got your diet inside your diet?
Yes, I do, yeah.
I'll have a look and I'll tell you what you're doing and If you want, you can have this paper here, if you want to document some advice.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
But I'll refer you though towards the end of the year because of my qualification, I can provide you with advice, nutrition advice, but I can't actually write you down a diet, like a diet plan or a diet guide. That's like more associated with like a qualified nutritionist or dietitian. But I can refer you to one at the end of this if you like, and you can take it from there as well with them too. Yeah. How long have you worked on the night shift, you're saying? 28 years?
28 years.
Yeah. Long time, eh? Yeah. So type 2 diabetic, yeah?
Yeah.
Type 2 diabetic, yeah. That's described actually as the lifestyle disease, type 2 diabetes. Because it's more common in people who actually have a poor diet, don't exercise enough as well, and who generally become overweight and obese. So it's more of a lifestyle. It doesn't come from like your genetics or so. It comes in more so in your lifestyle. So what you've done in the past, obviously, you've maintained like keeping processed food. If you keep having too much, fatty food, too much calories, obviously, if you're not going to use the correct energy, it's going to store as fat, right?
Unfortunately, that's what we do. We sit on the cranes and the chairs all day, actually.
Yeah, so you're not, the food, it's like it's the food that you're intaking and the energy you're intaking, it's not matching the energy expenditure. So it's not matching with the energy like the output. So you're having too much, which is not being used as energy because there's no exercise much, or hardly any exercise involved, and it's storing as fat. That's what's happening there. Yeah.
That's putting everything there. I mean, after 20, there's no other alternative. I mean,
of course,
the most exercise I'll probably ever do there is go from the crane down.
Yeah.
It's about probably not even 20 metres.
Yeah, so not much exercise.
40 metres, and then after you sit. So you've probably got about, in between breaks, you've got about from 11 o'clock till about 2:30 in the morning.
So there's not much.
And there's about half an hour break there, by the time you go down, by the time you wash your hands.
By the time you eat, there's not much. Yeah.
Not much time. So you go for the easy way out, coffee and processed food.
Yeah, because it's quick, it's easy. It's understandable with junk food, like nowadays, discretionary food. It's easy, it's packaged. Most of the time you don't need to cook it. So it's understandable why people turn to it. Like people with like a lifestyle like yours, for example, night shift, like obviously day shift, not much time off, not much breaks. You can't cook food, you can't analyse food, you can't even buy food, you can't study food. The next best alternative is you find packaged food, processed food, you take it, it's quick, it's easy. And it's understandable, people, I can understand why people turn to that. It's easy, it's the easy option really,
Yeah, I think there's a good reason why they call it the graveyard shift.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, it is, It's not easy, 100%,
The doggy shift.
Oh, yeah.
They don't call it doggy shift for nothing, I suppose.
100% I agree with you.
Even the dogs don't want to sleep at night. But that's the only choice that I have.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
And when it comes to family lifestyle, when it comes to, you have options, but you're restricted to options.
Definitely.
You need to assess everything as you go along.
Yeah.
Financial situations could come along, sometimes car needs to be fixed, some of the money.
Yeah.
Insurance, registration.
The last thing in your mind is really
Bills,
nutrition, dieting and exercising.
And then after that, you can get the overtime, it's a choice. Do the overtime or do the exercise.
Should you overtime?
And then you lose your motivation to go back out there again and start exercising again.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
It's a catch-22 situation.
Yeah, definitely.
But yes, it is very tough, and it's been consistent throughout the whole period. You start from 10 years, and you continue the following 10 years, and you realise a lot of changes in your body, a lot of changes within your system. And you realise that it's just not just psychological, it's mental, physical, and your health will deteriorate a lot more. They're saying that if you do 20 years of shift work, you lose the 10 years of your life.
I agree with that, I think that's right.
Yeah, so one of those things, you know, where,
Not sleeping correctly.
sleeping patterns are very tough.
Yeah, definitely.
It's very hard to adjust to sleeping.
Definitely.
You know, 1 minute you need to do a night shift, and, next day, you know, your sun coming out and you've got to sleep, you can go back to work.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's a lot of changes, and I've got to make a lot of changes to my lifestyle.
Of course.
A healthy lifestyle, I maintain the lifestyle, I make sure that,
It's basically, maintain, lose weight and maintain weight.
And keep it
off.
off.
Yeah.
you know,
Comes with like a healthy diet.
It is.
Yeah.
it is a goal, one of my top priorities to just get the weight off
Yep.
and keep it off for the rest of my life.
Of course.
It's a challenge.
It's a lifestyle. Of course, it's a
challenge.
challenge, but I think once you find out, because a lot of our choices, they're more so, they're not cravings, they're habits, they're built up over time. Everything's built up over time. You could be like an emotional eater. You
Yeah.
could eat, like out of emotions, or out of boredom, out of anger, out of sadness.
Stress.
Yeah, even that as well. Yeah, of course.
Stressful. That's how you need to turn to us, right?
Of course. Like even like from your parents being brought up, for example, your cultural background, for example, more greasy foods, oily foods, high saturated fat foods, more foods in high sodium, more foods, sweeter foods, sugar foods as well. Depending on your cultural background too, can play a role with your habits you build up.
I've experienced a lot of changes in my lifestyle when I came to Australia,
Oh, definitely, yeah.
where we had all these fatty foods, processed foods, and
Yeah.
take off unheard of.
Yeah. More
eating-
natural foods over there, yeah.
Just to eat steak and to eat meat was a luxury.
Really, yeah.
Oh yeah, once
definitely.
you'd be lucky, you'd probably be, on a name day or Christmas day or something.
Really.
But you wouldn't have access to it every day.
More the vegetables and the fruits. And
It was all, salads and vegetables.
natural stuff.
Even stored products, like gherkins and all that, and stored chilies and,
Good food for you, yeah.
when you come to Australia, it's a completely different lifestyle.
Definitely.
Coming in,
It's more going.
it's more accessible too.
It's right there, it's all accessible, it's cheap too, that's another problem too, because everything's, like, just the average meal at, like McDonald's, for example, like $10 a meal, it's not a bad price, pretty cheap, so it's quick and easy, not time consuming, you don't need to cook it, and, that's all it takes, yeah, really, yeah.
I never knew what McDonald's was when I came to Australia.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And then it's McDonald's, and I think also advertising got a lot there as well.
Yeah, it's a big deal too.
When food companies, multinationals, spend millions and millions of dollars on advertising,
Yep.
they want to get the message through.
Oh, yeah,
Not just to the younger generation, but also to the older generation.
100%, they do. At the end of the day, it's business, everything's a business, they're money making too, but unfortunately the food isn't good for us. It's processed, it's high in sodium, high in saturated fat, high in sugar too, so that's what the consequences are, the symptoms for that is, especially with a lack of exercise as well, it's obesity. Then obesity becomes heart disease.
Yep, high blood pressure.
A lot of problems, high blood pressure, which is, it's all associated with heart disease, yeah.
What is terrible.
It is.
I mean,
Like diabetes itself is associated with high blood pressure, associated with abnormal cholesterol levels too, and the body shape as well. You carry a lot more fat around your waist.
Yeah.
That's the build up. That's like type 2 diabetes, how it becomes. Yeah.
the bigger it is, the worse the health.
It is, yeah, for your heart. Yeah, definitely for your heart. Yeah, heart disease and that. Yeah.
You ended up coming in stages. Stage one.
It does. It comes in stages. Yeah, it sneaks up on you. Like it really does.
Without even knowing it.
Yeah, definitely. That's why it's good to maintain, like a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle, Because type 2 diabetes, it comes from a lifestyle too. That's your lifestyle. That's where it's been attained. You attain that from your lifestyle. That's where type 2 diabetes, that's where it comes from really. And like the people with diabetes who have diabetes, 85 to 95% of the people have type 2 diabetes. So obviously it's their lifestyle.
Health related.
It's health related, yes, but it's from their lifestyle. So from a very young age, they've been brought up, with processed foods, lack of exercise, just be a poor diet, and they've built themselves up to actually get type 2 diabetes. It's a lifestyle choice, really. It's got nothing to do really with genetics more so. It's something that you've built up yourself, lifestyle. And now it's time to obviously change that lifestyle for you, like you want to get off, type 2 diabetes is not, there's no cure for it. The only thing you can do is prevent it from getting worse. So that's what you can do with type 2 diabetes, yeah.
Unfortunately, I lost my mum to diabetes, and
Yeah, sorry to hear,
her health condition was deteriorating.
yeah.
And unfortunately, that's the way it goes.
Yeah,
We're
definitely.
talking about her whole body to shut down, and I also lost my dad a couple of months ago to diabetes as well.
I'm sorry to hear that too, yeah.
It's terrible. It's one of those terrible diseases where if you can avoid it, please do.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
It's no good going to the hospitals,
No, definitely
going to
not.
the emergency services.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a big massive change in your life when you lose a leg, like my dad did.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And I just want to end up getting out of there and making sure it doesn't happen to me.
Of course. It's a lifestyle. Or it can't be for a short period. Like, they're known as fad diets. You don't want a fad diet. You want a diet that's it's a lifestyle. That's what you want. You want to keep it as a lifestyle. Like, you want to make sure you actually enjoy it. It satisfies you. Like, it satisfies you. It fulfills you as well. You've got to enjoy the healthy lifestyle. That's what you got to do too, you know? Yeah.
And you got to maintain it.
That's the hardest thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's like you build type 2 diabetes from having a poor diet. Now you've got to try and implement a good diet and just attain that, keep it, maintain it forever. You know? That's how it's going to be. Diabetes type 2, it usually affects some adults above the age of 40 actually, but these days now with the whole processed foods going around, this and that, young kids are starting to be diagnosed with type 2 diabetes as well. Just from young ages. We're looking about like teenagers, young teenage years, 10 years old, teenagers, yeah.
Right.
So it's young and because they're starting to increase greater numbers, they're starting to increase their obesity and they're starting to become overweight more and more as generations come. Reason why is because fast food is very accessible, you know.
And
Once
cheap
again,
too,
cheap, yeah, like how we mentioned, yeah, it's just high in saturated fat, high in sugar, high in sodium, and kids just lack of exercise. Obviously now these days the kids aren't as active as how they were once, obviously, and they're storing a lot of energy, storing a lot of calories, storing a lot of saturated fat, they're storing everything, and they're not using it, so they're just going to be putting on the weight, becoming obese, and that's when consequences come in, the symptoms come in when they get older. They start to experience, like obviously diabetes, type 2 diabetes, they'll experience heart disease, stuff like that, and that's something that's got to be avoided too. But Australia is actually voted one of the most obese countries, like in the Western world, yeah. 14 million people who are overweight or obese, and in the last 20 years it doubled. 5 million people have become overweight, 5 million people have exceeded overweight. So with 5 million people more in the last 20 years, it's gone up. So that's obviously through processed foods as well. Like,
Catching up with the Americans, I suppose.
pretty much, yeah. Yeah, even in some cases pretty worse too, yeah. So, yeah, the Western world, yeah, developed world, it's one of the highest status nations in the world, yeah, developed world. So, it's a lot of factors play, obviously. It's just, like I said, both, you know, parents are working nowadays, women and the father as well, like the mother and the father are working too, so they're limited with time. There's not much time to really go out there shopping, cook food, you know, analyse good foods, what the good health foods. They got to work. You got to work. You got to go work, pay bills, pay for your school bills, pay for your electricity bills, pay for all that, you know. And the last thing you want to do is really go shopping and time consume a couple of hours there, and then analyse and cook, you know, cook the food, this and that. What you want to do, you see takeaway food, you're on the way home, you obviously just grab that. So it's so much less time consuming, which is understandable.
And also, when you go to shopping centres, they're closed, Woolworths and Coles.
Late at night, yeah.
They're all closed, so when you're night shift, you've got no alternative.
Only alternative really is always a McDonald's takeaway really, or just some kind of fried food or something, yeah, something greasy, something not good for you, yeah. Yeah.
So maybe they should put warning labels on the bag with the cigarette boxes.
I think one day it will come like that, I believe, yeah, because it's a disease really, it becomes really
warning signs, put pictures of it, look what's going on at the end.
Definitely, yeah. It'll be a good thing, I think, too, but we'll see what happens in the future, I suppose. Research actually showed that type 2 diabetes can be prevented and delayed as well, but there's no cure. So once you attain diabetes, type 2 diabetes, there's no cure for it. You're going to have it, but you can prevent it from getting worse, from actually destroying you, really, like, from your glucose, like rising up, blood pressure rising, you can prevent that. Through dieting, obviously, like a healthy diet, yeah.
Wow, spending billions of dollars government on crazy ideas.
Yeah.
But they can't spend $100 million on
Yeah.
health and education. You know, when it comes to funding the hospitals.
Yeah, it's true.
And also research as well,
Yeah.
very nice.
Yeah, definitely.
This deadly disease needs to be gotten rid of. It's terrible for everybody.
Yeah, it's exactly right. There's a number of risk factors as well, which you can have some kind of control of. So there's risk factors which are, but obviously, like I spoke about, being overweight, obese. So you can prevent that. Obviously, you can prevent being overweight and obese. They, create type 2 diabetes too. Like people who don't like exercise much, right? That's another reason why they attain type 2 diabetes too, because there's not much exercise in the diet. Then there's not much exercise like inside their lifestyle. So it's good to, to prevent type 2 diabetes, like heart disease as well. It's good to go out there, try and find some kind of like exercise out there too. As well, people watching too much TV, not moving much as well, same kind of thing. It's the same underlying too. I'm unhealthy eating poor diet as well, that's the big one too. So just having a poor diet in general, people choosing obviously the worst things, high saturated fat, high sugar, high sodium, and also the big one as well for type 2 diabetes. People don't actually have, they actually have a low fibre diet. We need fibre too, dietary fibre, it's good for us too. Smoking as well, but you're not a smoker, so no. But that's a big.
I haven't picked up the habit.
No, which is good. It's very good. Yeah, very dangerous. Smoking, like as you know, it's not just cancerous, but your heart as well. Dangerous. Yeah.
I was brought up in a generation of don't smoke.
Where?
That was cancer.
Yeah, definitely.
That's when the big billboards started to come out on the freeways and advertising.
But it was promoted once, obviously, too. Yeah.
Yes, smoking was promoted through movies, through Hollywood, through advertising,
Killing us.
commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to one stage where it was actually healthy to smoke is because it calmed your nerves and stress levels.
How wrong that word is, wasn't it?
And I remember when John Wayne came out,
Yeah.
and you were, whatever you do, don't smoke.
All right. Yeah.
That hit my head.
Don't smoke. That's good.
They hit me straight. And like, when you get people out there with high profile, like images, as actors, they send a message and it sticks.
Exactly. Yeah.
Maybe that's what you should do with processed food.
I think so too.
Give it positives and also give it some negatives.
Yeah, definitely. They should. Yeah.
Because it's
I think
amazing.
slowly over time, I think people are trying to implement some kind of healthier lifestyle and dieting as well. You can tell they're promoting a bit more. I think more not, the health and fitness sort of thing. So maybe in the future this could happen. Like, I suppose we'll see what happens. I suppose. Yeah.
It's like beverages, soft drinks and all that.
Oh, terrible high sugar. Yeah.
They've got all these beverages and everything. We were brought up in the young generation of some beverages say it adds life.
As life. Yeah.
Adds life. And then now all of a sudden when they realise that people are getting unhealthy and the cause of the soft drinks,
Yeah.
they wait for the alternative. They go for all these diet drinks. Zero sugar levels, but they're probably more just as unhealthy as the normal soft drinks.
I see you drink some soft drink a little bit, every now and again, or?
I used to for digestive purposes.
You down here.
Sometimes you need to have that. I normally use Coke Zero.
Yeah.
I know I shouldn't promote advertising things, but sometimes you just need that system, especially when you're working on night shift.
Well, yeah.
You go,
It's always better in terms like fluid when it comes to beverages. It's good to have. I would suggest as a replacement, have water, mineral water, or something along that line with lime or lemon.
That's a good one.
Nice, tasty, natural occurrence of like energy. That's another great option too as a replacement too. It tastes great, I think, as well. But
He doesn't put on the calories.
no, it doesn't. Yeah, which is good. It's great for you, really. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, like I'm eating as well with the recommended amount of food from the 5 food groups will provide you with the sufficient kind of nutrients. So the 5 food groups, which are vegetables, fruit, grain, lean meat, and dairy. They're the 5 food groups we need daily. We need intake daily of these 5 groups here. The 5 food groups. So dairy,
Groups. Dairy,
grain, fruit, vegetables,
grain, fruit,
vegetables, and lean meats.
vegetables.
These nutrients here provide you with, provide you to be healthy, obviously, to prevent, chronic diseases such as heart disease, like obesity, as well. These are the foods here that help us.
When it comes to food preparation, is it very important to be careful what you use in the lean meat? There's not excessive amount of
Of course, oil and that. Olive oil is probably the better option of anything. olive oil really. That's my advice there, so the better option. But just gotta be careful. Like obviously careful with the added salt. Don't add salt. You know, preferably if you're gonna add something rather than salt, add pepper. You know, pepper or herb or garlic. Add a bit more of those flavors. They're a much more healthy alternative. Much better for us, you know.
Oh, yeah, garlic pepper, that's good.
But yeah, garlic is great and great health food really, yeah. Or lime as well, lemon and lime as well. Again, on like if you do like your salmon and your fish and your seafood, that's a great alternative, nice and natural. But these five food groups, they help us prevent these chronic diseases here, like heart disease and obesity as well. What I explain, I'll explain the servings you need as well daily, like an average intake daily. For you, in some cases, because you're trying to lose weight, maintain weight, there are probably certain serving sizes you might need to reduce slowly, depending on like the high carbohydrate intake or so. But I'll give you the rough amount you need, people your age need. Vegetables, you need 6 servings. 6 servings of vegetables, really.
Six servings.
Yeah, this is how much, according to the Australian Dietary Guidelines, this is how much, like a male your age, 19 to 50 years old, needs.
What about
6
meat?
servings. I'll get to that eventually, yeah. 6 servings, but 6 servings of vegetables. Now, a serving is roughly about, of vegetables, about 75 grams, or it can be looked at as half a cup of cooked green or orange vegetables. So 75 grams, or you can look at as half a cup. That's a serve of cooked green vegetables, or which can use like a broccoli and like stuff like that, like carrots, small carrots, 65 grams. 75 grams, sorry.
Yeah.
And it's equivalent to like half a cup of that.
Dairy. What happens if you're lactose intolerant or if you're allergic to dairy products?
Yeah.
What are the alternatives?
That's more alternative there. It's more supplementation, obviously, but obviously I can't provide you with that because I'm not qualified enough. But your dietitian, referral to a dietitian or a doctor as well can actually provide you with that correct information there.
To a doctor?
Yeah, or a dietitian there. But the vegetables, you need 6 servings. It can be looked at as well. A serving can be as well vegetable as well. A medium tomato too can be looked at like a serving too.
Okay.
Or 75 grams of green leafy or raw salads too is a serving too. Or even half a cup of sweet corn is a serving too, equivalent to a serving. Now to get the fruit, we need 2 servings of fruit a day. Obviously, fruit. I'm not talking about the fruit like the fruit juice because it's got like added sugar in that. Preferably natural fruit. Really natural fruit. A serving of fruit is roughly about, a serving is equivalent to 150 grams. Or it can be in equivalent to like a medium apple, a medium banana, a medium orange or pear, or like a mandarin or something like that. That's like a serving. One of them are like a serving. So like a medium apple is a serving, a medium banana is a serving. Grain, we need about 6 servings of grain. Your age, a male your age needs about, the recommended intake is 6 servings of grain. A standard serve is roughly about a slice of bread, which is a slice of bread there, which preferably is whole grain, whole meal, which I'll suggest to you, my advice. Or it can be looked at as well, one serve can be looked at as half a cup, roughly about 75 to 200 grams of cooked rice, cooked pasta, cooked noodles, cooked polenta there as well. That's the grain group there. So roughly we need about 6 servings your age, a male your age, 6 servings of grain. Lean meats as well, like you asked, need 3 servings of lean meats a day, yeah. According to the Australian Dietary Guidelines, a male your age. It's obviously going to vary for women and females and the older, like people who are older, the younger kids and that.
I'm getting there.
Different. Yeah,
not
not far off there, but in due time, yeah. Lean meats can be looked at now. A standard serve is 65 grams of cooked lean meats. So these can be beef, lamb, 65 grams of beef, lamb, veal, pork, goat or kangaroo as well, if you do like goat or kangaroo. A serve as well can be an equivalent to chicken and turkey. 80 grams there, sorry.
Chicken.
And yeah, turkey, yeah.
80 grams.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Yeah, 80 grams of chicken and turkey.
Or turkey.
In equivalent to a serve there. Or another serving size as well can be 100 grams of fish fillet.
I like fish.
You do like fish, yeah?
Yeah.
Or fish fillet there, 100 grams a serve, equivalent to a serve. Or if you're a vegetarian or so you don't like meat, 2 large eggs is equivalent to a serve, a serving size there.
Boil
Preferably, I'd say to you, boiled eggs are the better alternative. Really, in comparison to frying it, I would say to boil it more so. But don't add too much salt to it. Try and eat it as natural as possible. If you're going to have it with something, preferably, if you do like it with a bit of whole grain bread, it's fine, obviously. Tomato or such, my advice to you there. But just don't add salt to it, really. And dairy, we need 2.5 serves a day of dairy, according to the Australian Dietary Guidelines.
2.5 serves.
Of dairy, yeah. And a standard serving size is roughly about 200 grams of a cup of yogurt, or a standard serving can be looked at 120 grams of ricotta cheese, or 250 mils of fresh long life milk or buttermilk.
Oh, yeah,
Buttermilk as well. So that contributes to your dairy intake too, what you can have.
Oh. So there's a lot of alternatives out there.
There is. This is
trying
what
to get hardest thing is trying to get access to that, on night shift.
Definitely.
And when you do 12, 13 hours travel time and everything,
Yeah.
you're doing about 13, 14 hours. By the time you come home, you go to sleep and then you got to rush to go to work.
It's really, to organise this is hard. But the key, my advice to you for developing, try and implement these foods in your diet is 5
Should
foods.
be I'll put it in as top priority to implement this.
That's it, yeah. It's organisation. You got to, as hard as it is, the secret here is to find the organisation, find the time to prep up for it, to analyse, to study it, to have it really in diet, really. So diabetes can be well managed with eating healthy combined with some exercise too. It can be managed there. Reducing obviously the serving size of your meals as well for better health can also maintain a healthy body weight as well, and allows for blood glucose management as well. So to eat healthy, it does prevent like type 2 diabetes. It delays it more so. It can't cure it, but it delays it.
Unfortunately, you're stuck with it, huh?
Yeah, there's no cure, but you can delay it, you can prevent it, you can control your glucose levels, blood glucose levels, control your body weight as well, but once you have it, it's hard to get rid of it. It's uncurable, really. But it delays it. It's a good thing. You can still...
I'm surprised they found the cure.
Yeah, so they say, but... Yeah, that's it there, really, with diabetes, type 2 diabetes. So... There's no cure, but you can delay it, you can prevent it really, and control your blood glucose, your levels as well with healthy eating, with exercise. Control your body weight, obesity as well with healthy eating as well from the range of the 5-2 groups. Keep with the serving sizes, keep with the calorie intake as well. Keep exercising too, keep active. This all prevents type 2 diabetes. It can prevent strikes from type 2 diabetes.
So that means organisation is the best thing to
Organisation is the key, yeah.
Organise your preparation on foods.
Definitely, yeah.
Store your food prior to go to work.
Definitely, prior to it.
Especially when you do 12-hour shifts. Make sure you have plenty of healthy foods available, even stored if you have them.
That's it.
And just grab them and go.
That's it, pretty much. So keeping ahead, more so keeping ahead. Now that you understand, like with the Australian Dietary Guidelines, you can understand the serving size you need, how much, the food groups you need daily, the servings you need daily. You can understand what you need, and you can implement these inside your diet. And you can understand if you're going over your intake, or if you're going underneath your intake. It's good to spread, obviously, like for you as well, being like a type 2 diabetic, spread carbohydrates throughout each meal as well to maintain your glucose levels too.
So more than one go.
No, not at one go. Maintain it obviously because in sets. Yeah. So keep it, like a high fiber carbohydrate with meals, cattle with the meals and keep it in, like you said, in sets. And what you do there, my advice to you, what you're doing there is you're maintaining your blood glucose levels there. You're managing them, so they're not going to strike out of nowhere or drop out of nowhere too. Healthy eating all around as well, pretty much, basically maintain general good health really, maintain general good health. Like I mentioned too, it manages your blood glucose levels, for diabetes. Maintain the healthy blood pressure too, in your case as well, which you need to, because you don't want your blood pressure to rise. It's not good for the heart's working very hard. Maintain a healthy body weight too. This is healthy eating, keeping with the food groups. Prevent or even slow diabetes complications. So healthy eating, like I said, you can't cure it, but it prevents it. It delays it from becoming worse, obviously. Yeah, maintaining that healthy lifestyle is, that's the most important thing. Yeah.
It's another thing to add when it comes to aging.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Another obstacle, I suppose.
It is. Everything's an obstacle. Exactly right. Everything's an obstacle.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's just weird, like you see all these people out there, they say, oh, well, I don't smoke, I don't drink, and but it's the food.
It is processed, high saturated with fatty foods, high in salt, high in sugar foods. The foods really where a lot of people are thought they're consuming food, but they're not knowing how much is actually in the beverages and the foods they're consuming. They tell us it's good for us, really, but we're not reading and analysing the nutrition label properly. A lot of people don't have the knowledge of knowing what's inside of it and what they're actually consuming too. So it's good to know how much carbohydrates you need. So the macronutrients we need. They consist of protein, carbohydrates, and fats, right? We need those macronutrients. They're the big nutrients. We need them inside our diet, the daily too, right? We need them to a certain degree, but obviously we need them can't go overboard as well. Because if you eat too much something, it's not great for you too, as well, you know. So if you have too much fruit with as well, it's not great for you too. If you have not enough fruit, insufficient fruit, then that's not great for you too. You need to keep it the recommended amount, really. Recommended amount for you as well to maintain your blood glucose levels as well, to manage your diabetes. You've got to keep at the level. You've got to keep at the required amount of diet, like a required amount of nutrition you need daily, obviously, with the food groups and
So you fill up your body to power it.
Pretty much. It's pretty much like a car. You can't fill it. You
can't stack it.
Can't stack it. You gotta
stack it and think it's going to be okay.
That's it. You gotta maintain. You gotta what you're required to have. That's all. Your body can only take so much after a while. How much can it take over a while? It's storing so much fat, so much energy not being used, being stored as fat. What's going to happen after a while? It's going to become obese. Your heart's going to work too hard. And become hard to eat. That's it. Yeah. Not good for us, really, at all. Yeah.
It's like going up the mountain. You should be working down the mountain with an excessive amount of weight.
No, definitely not, yeah. But the good thing as well with diabetes too, you don't need specific food. You can eat like anybody else. So you can have all kinds of foods.
So you can have wine, you can have wine.
You can have, well, definitely in moderation. With alcohol, if you do enjoy alcohol, I suggest limit the intake to 2 a day, 2 standard drinks a day, but have some free days as well where you don't drink at all too. But if you do enjoy alcohol, have 2 standard drinks. Don't go overboard as well because it's obviously high in a lot of things too, high in sugar too, like wine as well, high in sugar too. Yeah, still having too much is bad for us too. It's going to raise your blood pressure, not good as well for you, because like type 2 diabetic as well. And yeah, just overall it's not good for us too.
So going back to fruit, change the subject.
Yeah.
Fruit's got a lot of natural sugars.
It does, but
if you eat too much of it, it's no good either.
Well, too much of anything is not great for us at all. So you've got to consume just the right amount, what you're required to consume. That's why the daily intake, to understand the daily intake of the nutrients you need, like from the 5 food groups, and the macronutrients you need, and the micronutrients is all you need. Micronutrients as well, like zinc and iron, obviously, like magnesium, the smaller, more of the vitamins and minerals. While the macronutrients are the big nutrients such as carbohydrates, protein, and fats there, you know. We need everything, but in moderation, obviously.
What about nuts?
Nuts are great for you. They're great. They're good. Have the ones that are not salted, obviously.
Okay, which ones are unhealthy ones? What about walnuts or that?
They're all great for you. They're high in protein source, which is great for you as well. The protein doesn't actually rise your blood glucose levels, so it's good for you there.
So the same for eat mixed nuts?
Oh, definitely.
Nigel?
Yes, yeah.
Some almonds, like any more.
They got fat as well in them, but it's I know that a lot of nuts and seeds don't actually have saturated fats. They got the Polion unsaturated fats, and which is it's good.
What, peanuts as well?
Peanuts as well, yeah.
What's it called?
Saturated fats they got, which see, there's saturated fats, which are bad for us, obviously.
Animal fats, is it?
Saturated fats, animal fats, saturated fats as well. They're in a lot of a lot of meat fats. So like an animal fats, they're in dairy products too as well. They're in even pastries of that too. So like meat pies, they can be in as well. Got to be careful with them. That's the saturated fat. Got to keep them low, you know. But if you do want to replace the saturated fats, have Hawaiian saturated fat, Manoa unsaturated fat. They consist really in nuts as well, in avocados as well. They nuts and avocados obviously as well. In salmon, more seafood, salmon, mackerel, prawns as well, obviously.
So they're healthier.
They're a lot healthier, yeah. They got those fats. So they got the good fats, while like meat fats and you know, pastry foods and stuff like that. Fried foods as well, like fried chicken, they got like saturated fat, which is not great for us. That rises our blood pressure as well, and that's not great for us. Plus obesity too. Yeah,
It's terrible.
yeah, it's terrible. Yeah.
It's
So if you want to, like, my advice to you, if you do like the fats, and instead of having saturated fats, have Polion unsaturated fats, unsaturated fats. They're in canola oil too. Polion saturated fat. So Polion saturated fat is inside canola oil, it's inside olive oil as well, it's inside olive oil margarine as well at the same time. It's in avocado, nuts and seeds too, yeah. So those are the good fats. They're the good fats there. They're in those foods there. What I mentioned there. Oil foods, so like nuts and seeds, in salmon as well, like seafood products, yeah.
Can you mix like strawberries with nuts and everything?
Yeah, of course, yeah, Greek yogurt. See, if you're going to have something, my suggestion, my advice is, great thing is always like having Greek yogurt, for instance, like, if you're going to pick the packaged item, have the one with reduced fat, reduced sugar, keep it so more of the Greek yogurt, make sure you understand the nutrition label, have it with reduced fat, reduced sodium, reduced sugar as well. And you can mix it as well with healthy alternatives, like almonds. For example, with the yogurt, mix it with fruit as well, blueberries, strawberries, what do you like, yeah.
What about blueberries? They have a high content of sugar?
They do, but they're a fruit and they're natural sugar too, so it's good for us. Natural occurrence sugar, rather than having sugar, obviously, like Coca-Cola, obviously, and chocolate as well. They got a lot of added sugar, a lot of added sugar. While
To make it taste better.
make it taste better,
That's
yeah.
why they all taste so good.
That's correct,
Meatballs,
yeah.
sausage rolls.
Yeah, they're a lot of additives, yeah, a lot of, nice healthy additives too. But they got a lot of added sugar there, while, you know, bananas or an apple or, you know, strawberries and blueberries, if you keep with the recommended amount, it's got a natural occurrence sugar. So what happens is you're going to have, like a chocolate, the added sugar, it's going to make you go high and then drop. A big drop.
That's where you feel the lethargic, you feel like.
Correct,
So
yeah.
when we had a donut last night,
Yeah.
I got a blame Bongo for that one.
Yeah.
Krispy Kreme donuts.
Yeah.
I had one, all of a sudden just went, you just lifted
Right
it
off,
up.
yeah.
And then you just feel lethargic. You just sat down on the chair on the train and
Yeah.
you think you're fine, you just run out of energy again.
Yeah.
You know? It's like something like a car, you know, it boosts it and all of a sudden it just goes.
Correct, yeah. With fruit in this case, because it's a natural occurrence, what it does, it gradually increases it throughout the day without a drop.
So on night shift, with fruit,
You can,
I can have,
if
I'm
you want,
limited to the amount
you,
of anything.
if, so night shift, for instance, it's going to be like in equivalence to, for example, your day, right? Because you're working night shift, so you're sleeping in the day, so that's your sleep, and then your nights become the day, right? You've got to keep now with your intake. So 2 servings of fruit, yes, that's correct. 2 servings of fruit. So like I mentioned before, your age, 2 servings of fruit is like a medium apple or a medium like a banana as well, right? So that's what you can have, 2 servings there. So your night, because you're staying up the whole night, you're sleeping the day, your nights become the day. So what you do is you got to make sure the night's the day. Yeah, in that sense, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing, you know, like when you get disturbed sleep patterns.
Yeah.
On night shift, we're talking about there's a lot of noise, a lot of mechanical stuff going on out there, a lot of industrial equipment,
Good
it's
people
operated by heavy machinery.
Yeah.
And when I'm talking about just staying with the 12 hours, when you go home, your body is so used to that noise. When you go home, you can't even sleep properly.
Terrible, yeah.
You get this ringing sound in your ears, and
Yeah,
your head is just playing tricks with you.
Yeah, definitely.
And psychologically, mentally, physically, you're drained.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And then people say you want to go and exercise. The thing is, when you do 12, 13 hours, you come home.
You're out of energy, yeah.
So you only got about 2 or 3 hours to go back to work.
Yeah, pretty terrible, yeah. Just knackered, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we need to have some more ones.
Yeah, but nutrition, that's what it does there, healthy nutrition there, healthy, if you're keeping with the food groups and you're incorporating healthy nutritious diet inside, a healthy nutritious food inside your diet, you're maintaining your body weight, maintaining a healthy lifestyle obviously, and you're managing your blood glucose levels too, which is great for diabetes, to try and delay diabetes complications, try and delay diabetes really, yeah. You know, yeah.
There's a thing that I thought of.
Yeah.
What is the right amount of water intake, especially on night?
It's going to vary for people, because obviously people are going to have...
Dehydrations for different people.
Go with your first, it's more so, yeah, if you're working more physical, obviously, you're exercising, you're an athlete, you're going to, it's obvious you're going to need more fluid, right?
Yeah.
But for instance, a person who's living quite a sedentary lifestyle, which is more so not doing as much of that, like more so like that, they'll live like about, go with your first, so don't dehydrate yourself, right? Don't exceed the amount, because that would be consequences.
Dilute all the nutrients that you probably have.
That's correct, yeah. The sodium to inside your body. 2 litres to 3 litres is really roughly about there, but it varies according to people, just your lifestyle too. So really go with your first, don't exceed the amount, don't go below the amount, don't dehydrate yourself, but don't completely just drown yourself with water. So keep it like a nice amount, you know, good amount to your first, yeah.
I think that's the reason, going back to this healthy advice,
Yeah.
when you mentioned the word dairy, dairy bloats me.
Dairy does.
Milk bloats me.
Probably because it's got, you're drinking more the full cream milk, more so.
Yeah.
See, reduced fat, there's a lot of fat in milk, but you need your 2.5 serves of like a dairy a day, right? Like in accordance to you, right? You need that, right? But you're probably having a full cream milk, the full kind of cheese, you know, like
Avoid milk
butter.
products of nitrogen, because that is the worst.
You can have reduced fat milk, so reduced fat. You need your calcium, but you need your, because the dairy includes a lot of protein, a lot of iron, stuff like that, and the good macro and micronutrients too. You need that inside your diet as well, right?
What about soy milk?
Soy milk, great for you, it's good for you.
Yeah?
It's really good.
So I can
Yes,
replace milk with that?
It's good, soy milk, yes, you can. It's a much healthier alternative, yeah.
Almond milk, soy milk, and all that.
Almond milk, great for you too. It's low in fat too. That's the one thing you're going to keep away from. Keep away from saturated fat. So look at the nutrition label and understand that, wait, I'll have the reduced or low fat product in the package. So if it's cheese, for instance, have the lower option of that, the reduced fat. Or if it's like milk, instead of having the full cream milk, attempt the soy milk.
Yes.
And train yourself to have it. Train your tongue to have it. And over a while, you'll develop a habit where you'll actually become accustomed to the taste of that, and you won't even look back on the full cream milk, you know. Or same thing with coffee and sugar. If you're having sugars as well, for example, if you're having a lot of sugar inside coffee, a tactic as well to try and reduce it is slowly over time just reduce the intake of sugar, and then get your tongue and yourself accustomed. Make it a habit to have your coffee with less sugar. And over a long time, just over consuming that, you will become accustomed to it, and you'll enjoy it. You'll turn that into a habit, and you'll try and go back to your old habits. Like for example, you won't even want to go back, it'll be too sweet. Your body's adapted to something new. That's what it is. Your body adapts to things. It's habits. Our body's not creating things. It's adapting to habits really.
It's what we
That's
put
what's
in.
going on. It's what if you're going to overconsume something and overdo something, your body's going to really, it's going to feel like it's a normal thing to do. So it's going to keep doing it. It's going to feel like it needs it. But really, it's more so what you're training yourself. You're training yourself. So enjoy less foods with less sugar. Enjoy foods with less sugar. Enjoy foods with less sodium. Enjoy foods, just healthier foods. Yeah, try and make it a lifestyle and try and build a habit of a healthier habit. Yeah.
So overindulging in food, it's like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah.
You stack but the sack won't fill you.
That's it.
It's
Yeah.
too much until you bust.
That's correct. Yeah.
Same thing with the body, eh? The
Correct.
more and more you put into it,
Yeah.
the unhealthier it gets.
That's correct.
And
Yeah.
unfortunately, it stretches the body, it doesn't crack.
Exactly. So to summarise, pretty much, it's recommended that you follow like a healthy eating plan, really, based on plenty of vegetables, on legumes, such as like legumes can incorporate like chickpeas, lentils, low salt, baked beans, kidney beans as well.
Oh, kidney beans.
Great for you. Yeah, they'll find out legumes, a lot of dietary fibre, good carbohydrates in it. Yeah, include some high fibre carbohydrate foods as well, such as whole grain foods, breads, whole grain rather than refined grain. Whole grain, wholemeal, have wholemeal breads, whole grain breads, you know. Have whole grain. Protein, dietary fibre too, a lot of dietary fibre too. Cereals as well, yeah, whole grain cereals, you know, have a lot of whole grain cereals too.
What's with this? Is that a whole grain?
Yeah, it's a whole grain, yeah.
Okay.
A much better alternative, yeah. Fruit as well, keep with fruit, rather than having chocolates and that type of sugar. You know, keep with your fruit, keep with your dietary intake.
Have chocolates once a week or once a fortnight.
Keep they're known as discretionary items, so keep them very small and limited, you know.
Keep them on the shelf at the shopping centre.
Yeah, probably a better option, yeah. As well at the same time,
Let them go to that.
yeah, that's right, yeah. Try and incorporate a healthier lifestyle, yeah. Like include the lean protein sources too, like obviously we mentioned, you know, incorporate more lean meats such as, you know, like chicken, lean turkey, even salmon, you know, seafood salmon and mackerel, trout as well, tuna too, great alternatives, great for the body too, a lot of protein there, great for you as well. Reduce fat, dairy products, so always, on any package, look at the nutrition label, reduce fat, preferably, reduce salt too, reduce sugar too, keep like that. They're the biggest killers there, right there. They raise the blood pressure too, they create obesity really too, big problem. And as well, that's pretty much, my other option as well is, if you're gonna, instead of frying foods as well, my advice, bacon or steamed foods or even grilled foods, preferably, much healthier. And that's it really, yeah. Keep with that and
I've got a,
my advice, yeah, to you there,
look, I've got a question.
Yep.
When it comes to preparation, as you know, I'm limited to the time.
Yep.
And I know you mentioned a lot of the vegetables and stuff and everything. Preparation for me to get them and everything sorted out.
Yep.
Is frozen vegetables just as good as
Yes.
fresh vegetables?
Yep. Yeah, it's great.
So I don't, like, it's fully prepared.
Yep.
It's all done.
Yep.
In the freezer,
Yep.
pick it up. I can either boil it or I can either put it in the microwave and
Yep.
just get it out.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
there's no actually loss of
No.
nutrients when it comes
No,
to
there isn't.
frozen and
No,
fresh
it's
food?
just good for you too. And it's a much, actually, I should have mentioned that to you too. It's a quicker alternative too. Instead of you getting your own vegetables, you can just get the frozen vegetables too. Less time consuming. Yeah. Less time consuming, and that's fine. Yeah. A lot less time consuming, and it's great for you too. And for organisation too, my suggestion too, my advice, try and wake up earlier. Like your days off to wake up a little bit earlier.
That's a hard thing to do.
It is, and I can completely understand, but that's another, or as well, try and make some time for it. Try and make some time for it, yeah. My advice there, make some time for it, yeah.
Because when you got a lot of noise and you're on night shift,
Yeah,
you put earmuffs in there. You can even put your alarm clock on, you can't even hear it.
definitely, yeah.
Sometimes you're just natural, your body's tired or overtired and
Yeah.
you just oversleep.
Correct,
And
yeah.
as you get older, you realise that sometimes you lack sleep most of the time.
Yeah,
And there's a lot of times out there that on certain times, you probably oversleep. You sleep 7 or 8 hours,
Yeah,
8 or 9 hours.
I understand that
And
too.
and that's when it all stuffs up, you know, like when it comes to food intake,
Yeah,
preparation, and also keeping a healthy lifestyle. You don't know what time it is, you don't know, when you work in a building, inside a building, you know, it's night shift or it's day shift, you just, any other day.
it's tough, I understand that, yeah.
All you see is what's in front of you.
Yeah, I can understand that. That's
Bit of machinery, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely.
You better mention dust application, right?
No, you didn't mention all that, but pretty terrible,
Yeah, it's all dusty out there, you can't see through the clouds.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll probably leave you at that. What I'm going to do is, because I'm not qualified enough to write you a diet plan, I can't.
That's okay.
I assess your blood pressure now. I hope I was helpful.
No, that's great. This is really, really good. You give me a real good idea
Thanks.
of how many serves I should have daily.
Yep.
And also it's a great idea for grain foods and all the products and alternative foods that I can eat.
Yep, definitely.
When it comes to intolerance to lactose
That's it, yeah.
and even if you've got allergic to nuts and stuff and everything, there's
Yeah.
other alternatives. So
But what I can do, I
it gives
can...
you a really good idea
Yeah,
of
that's correct, yeah.
what's out there.
Yeah.
So there is other alternatives.
Oh, definitely,
So
there is,
you're saying
yeah.
there's no choice. There are choices.
Definitely, that's
Just got to be prepared for it.
Just got to prepare. My big advice for you, for anybody really, it's organisation. Make the time for it.
Yeah.
Try and find time for it. Really, yeah.
To better yourself.
That's it. Yeah.
Better for yourself, better for your body.
Your family, too. Yeah.
Healthy food, healthy bodies.
That's
Eh?
it. Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Gee, that's unbelievable.
But if you want a diet plan and you want to take it further, I can refer you to a dietitian, qualified one, and you can take it from there if you like. Yeah.
Okay.
With them, and they can write you up a diet plan, and you can take it from there. Yeah.
Yes. Can I get a printout for the healthy products, all the stuff and everything?
Yeah, it's with the Australian diet.
Or a fridge or something?
Yeah, with the Australian Dietary Guidelines, just go on online and AustralianDietaryGuidelines.com and go on to that, and you'll find the food groups you need there.
Well, you mean they've got a picture?
They've got a picture there.
A picture
Yeah.
tells you which one you should avoid and which one
What you
should
avoid, what you need to incorporate inside, especially for type 2 diabetics as well.
Yeah,
And-
sheep oil.
Oh, yeah, they'll explain something, yeah, for a male, yeah. Yeah, but that's pretty much it, yeah.
Yeah, you mean I thought liquid lunch wasn't coffee?
No, I wasn't, yeah. No lunch there.
What even to rehydrate, you don't drink coffee either?
No,
Water.
it includes water, so it's part of your consumption there, your food consumption, yeah.
Is it a healthy
Coffee?
Is it healthy?
Depends how you have it, it's not bad, obviously overconsumption is not good, obviously as well, because a lot of
Sheep
caffeine.
oil, I take a lot of coffee.
Yeah.
At least 2 or 3 coffees a night.
Really, it's not bad really, yeah.
But stay
Yeah.
away from sugar, like you said.
Just the sugar really, that's the big one, the additives, yeah, the sugar's the big one,
And
yeah.
also milk and all that stuff.
Well, high fat milk, yeah, the full cream milk, yeah.
That'll pretty much do it, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Weight on.
Reduce fat a lot better, yeah. So soy milk was a much better alternative, yeah.
It'll do wonders for the love handlers otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the result of
Yeah.
28 years of shift work. All right, Justin.
Alright, I'll leave it
Appreciate
there.
it, mate. Thank you very much.
No worries.
That was great. It was awesome.
No worries.
Thank you. I'm glad actually I interviewed.
No worries, thanks. Ed.
Yeah.